Welcome to the Common Ground podcast. I'm your host, Siggs, and today we're back again, and we're going to be touching on a very nice topic, but not just a topic, but today we're going to be talking about and to somebody from home right here in Rustenburg, the Northwest, yes, in Mzansi, and we're going to be talking about what she has been doing and what she has been experiencing in the creative space. That's right, the arts and culture industry. And we're going to get to know quite a number of stuff that she's been up to and stuff that can definitely wake up somebody right there at home right now watching, somebody who's aspiring to be a great artist, be it a musician, you're in the acting space, and you want to grow, you want to know where and learn the ropes of how to make it. And allow me to welcome, guys, I have my sister right here. This is my home girl. We go way back. Yvonne.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How you doing?
Oh, they're fine.
Yeah, what an introduction, eh?
Whew, now I need to live up to that.
Yeah.
Greatness.
How are you? How you been?
I've been okay. I've been great. Actually.
We haven't seen you in a minute, and a minute can be a year, man. It can be 2 years, but unlike most people we may know, you actually have been up to something, and you've been doing something great, and we just want to know more about that.
Okay, I'm always up to something.
Yeah?
I'm always up to something, right? Also, just because you haven't seen me in a minute, it doesn't mean everybody has not been seeing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want to know about what I've been doing recently or what I'm working on.
Yeah. So you see, we want to understand, as I've introduced to our viewers right here, this is Common Ground, and what we want to air out to the people, what we want to air out to those who may not know how to go about in achieving something, going through something, and you want to know how to make it, and this is the platform. And you being here today, we're going to get to know quite a number of things. Mm-hmm. Now, for somebody who is in the creative space, somebody who's in the arts and culture industry, there's a lot that you have done in Rustenburg. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that we've acknowledged. There's a lot that Mzansi has seen you doing. And you went a step further, and you've been doing a whole lot more. So yeah, we want to know a whole lot more about you. What are you doing? Who are you? Where are you from, man? And let everybody get to know who is Yvonne.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has just like pen and papers and everything. That's how I'm joking, guys. Yeah. I'm just, a farm girl from Rustenburg. I mother about 27 children around town, around Rustenburg and the district. I am one of the founders of Salamandomi Foundation. We work basically with developing talent in the creative sector. We have done theater shows. We have performed locally, nationally, and you can find us everywhere, Salamandomi Foundation. Okay. We've worked with schools in Rustenburg as a CBD. We've worked with private schools. We've worked with schools in the villages. We've worked one of the schools as Mpupute Primary and Leader, Sacred Hearts, it's in town. We also work with Kutlano School for the Deaf. Mm-hmm. We like in few programs that we work with, training the children there into the acting space, the dancing and all of that. We have formed quite a reputable relationship with those schools, which we want to grow further. I'm also, into basically different sectors, into the creative sector, film, theater, events, graphic design. Yeah, I know it's a lot. The only thing I can't do is dance.
I'm sure you're way better than me. But look, I love how you introduced yourself. You said you're a mother to 27 children.
The ones that I remember right now.
Yeah.
But when I go to my database, they even go further because I have now children that are now having their own children into the sector that are now, raising and developing. And when we do that, we mean from literally going to check on you at home, checking if you are fine, and coming to the workspace as well, and trying to find a way to put this creative sector developing, not as a hobby, but as something that.
What I wanted to establish now on that question was, it's not something that you have started now. You have actually walked the journey up to where you are so far, and to have so many people that you're leading in the creative space doing what you do. And I love what you also mentioned, that you've gone to different schools, from private schools to schools in the villages. And not only that, you extended yourself to go reach out to even schools with disabilities. And you find talent in all of these kind of people. Doesn't matter whether you're disabled, there's still a talent that you can discover in somebody. And that is awesome, man.
Thank you.
Something that,
Thank you.
certain people wouldn't do at the moment.
I know.
And that's what brings out the gold in you.
Thank you.
And kudos to that, man. But what else? What have you been up to?
Okay, I think we also know that I'm also the senior program coordinator at the Rustenburg Film Festival.
Okay.
We're turning 10 years this year.
Nice. Wow.
In November. Registration to submit your films are open. It's free for submission for South Africans, but for other people outside the country for the first time, we charge just a small administration fee. So you can go to the Rustenburg Film Festival, all socials, to check that information out.
So it's Rustenburg Film Festivals, and you guys have like a platform online on that where anybody can just go and register.
You can so for now we open for film submissions, because it's a film festival, so we open for film submissions, and then after that then we will open for attendance register.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so to all of you guys out there, you are aspiring to be an actor, you've got a piece that you guys have put together with you and your group or your team or your organization, and you feel this is good enough material that you think it can be aired out, watch out for Rustenburg Film Festival, and go onto their socials, go onto their platforms, register yourself there, and let's discover more talent together in Rustenburg.
Great. So we also have this, lately we've been working on, Pan-African programs and collaborations.
Nice.
How do we now expand to collaborate with, our African sisters and brothers into the creative sector? Okay,
so you've gone beyond borders to say it's not just about Rustenburg, it's not about the Northwest, it's not about South Africa alone. Let me expand and see if we can reach out to the talent that is also outside the borders.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true. So last year I was working with Prime Lens Studio as actually a production company in South Africa. Then they did few projects, film, YouTube films in Lagos, Nigeria last year, which I was part of one of those films. In that journey, it was beautiful because we got to meet, other producers that we could sit down with, work or discuss collaborations. You can check them out. Eddie Obo, he's also on YouTube. Onyeka Messi also has content on YouTube. And then with us, it's Prime Lens Studios. And then, we got to a point where we're even able to go to our embassy and just, ask questions of how can we work and collaborate with the worst into the sector. And, they were nice enough to us to even share contacts with even fellow filmmakers and theater practitioners and stuff in Nigeria that are even from South Africa. So that's one of the things that we try to do.
Right there, hakuna mabahambe and all that stuff.
No, guys, the West has been good to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The welcoming was very warm. It was great to a point that I had to go back again this year.
Nice.
Yes. So there's this other great program that I'm working with, Big Brothers Hack Foundation.
Okay.
It's in collaboration with Salamandomi Foundation and Miss Platinum Youth Empowerment Leadership. Those are, Bojanala-based organizations. So we are working on a Rustenburg Comic Con.
Okay.
Now, this is one of the greatest projects that I've just started to embark on with a few great people.
Right here in Rustenburg.
Right here in Rustenburg.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys you understand what is a Comic Con.
Well,
okay,
tell us more.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
You know, there's huge events, festivals where it's about animation, illustration. People wear costumes of their superheroes.
Oh, okay.
Gaming and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find it in New York. It's like a film festival of animation and comic. So
basically, this is like another expansion in the in the arts in the arts work or in the arts industry that we are introducing in Rustenburg.
Yes.
Where it might not be common to most people, but this is actually something that could be fun, and it's an opportunity that can be occupied by somebody who aspires to do that kind of work.
Yes.
Okay.
So in that project, we also are working on animation short films and this last trip that I took to Nigeria, I've been in a meeting with one of the animation studios, Orange FX Studios in Lagos.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we've also spoken to one of the organizers of the Lagos Comic Con, Sen, who's in the UK.
Okay.
And we have come to an agreement of a collaboration regarding animation content amongst our countries. And then we are still looking to expand it to work with even more animators just in the east, in the north, just literally just trying to find a space where we can have a pool of where we writers, basically filmmakers in an animation space can work together in Africa, bringing African culture and content to the world, because in the film industry, animation is one of the biggest economical
it is.
sector.
It has the biggest consumer numbers.
Yes,
that's true.
yes. So, and then the Rustenburg Comic Con, we are planning to host it in Rustenburg in October, and part of the our pride of that program is what we call the masterclass 40.
Okay.
So now the masterclass 40 is where we will identify 40 people, aspiring animators. You could be an illustrator or a visual artist, or if you are an aspiring animator, then we'll take these 40 people and train them.
Okay, so you don't necessarily have to be a professional or somebody who has gone to a particular school to have done that.
No. We don't want people that went to school. We are
basically
developing.
You're scouting talent, and you're saying, okay, look, this is what we see that you're capable of. You can do this better with the bit of training that you guys will be offering, and then we give birth to new guys who can occupy this new venture. Okay.
Yes. Now this is the project that is close to my heart. One of the lead animators of this project is Tibiso Kwagwa. He's in Brits. He's an animator. He is the brain of anything Popeye in this project.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
like the animation guru.
He's the animation guru of the project. He's the link between the animators, the UK, the West that we've been interacting with. Your girl is the hustler, so I am the creative, the writer, the okay, let's visualize, let's see it that way.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And then obviously at this point, this is a project that is very close to our hearts.
Yeah.
It's a culture that is very rare in the Northwest Province.
Mm-hmm.
We already have Comic Cons in South Africa, but it's not something that is very knowledgeable on our side of
Local base. I hear you.
yeah. So it's something that we want to introduce, and we have a huge mining industry, especially in the Northwest Province.
Yeah.
And digital work and mining literally goes together.
Yeah.
So we want to align this program with basically digital platinum digital mining.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically going to be about just, basic animation, 3D sculpting. We also have a STEAM program, your gaming.
Okay.
And when we want to also work with schools here, because a STEM program is nice. Like basically, you take all these geeks, this math kids, and just say, put your maths into a game. And
let's see what comes out of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And these skills, if there's one thing I've learned, and the worst, you get gamers that literally create their own games without even going to school. I'm not saying people should not go to school, but it's easy to have access to enter a certain school when you have basic knowledge of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because in the schools, you need to have profiles.
True.
You need to show what you can do before you even...
Show me your degree first, and then I'll entertain you.
I mean, so,
And I think it's awesome in what you're up to and what you're doing. It might not sound like it's something big, but I promise you, to anybody who's in the creative space, if you're into arts and culture, and you've been dying for opportunities that actually acknowledge and recognize the rare talent that is in you, which is doing stuff that is not common to television like what we have today. If you are not on Takalani, if you're not doing anything on Skim Sami, and then it's like you don't exist. But this is a platform that you guys have come up with to say, look, even the most awkward, the most geeky kind of stuff, it can be turned into art, and this is what you're venturing into. Like you said, that this is something in your heart. Look, this is something very admirable, and we can't wait to see you reaching greater heights with that. But before I let you go, man, tell me something more about the foundation. You touched it just in brief, and I just want to know more. What is it that you're doing with the foundation? I know this is something that is more personal. This is something that is you. I've known you for years now, and I've known you to be that person who wants to help people. What are you doing with the foundation?
Salamandomi Foundation will always be, everything in everything that I do and I touch. It's the name alone. It's a combination of my grandparents' names. Okay. It's Salamina and Lamende. Nzomi is their surname, obviously. I grew up in a farm. Where I grew up, I used to wake up with a new person in the house that we don't know. It's Auntie Mamang, Uncle Mamang, a new family.
Which I would like to believe it's a common thing in most African families where we're coming from. Our parents were sort of philanthropists at some point,
So in that spirit, how my grandparents used to accommodate people to a point that, they ask for a place to sleep for a week, and the next thing they are family for 2 years. You grow up thinking a person is your auntie.
Becomes your auntie.
You learn later that no, it's not even the case. They ended up finding a job, and then they just part of the family. So I was born into that, and the entire objective of Salamandomi Foundation is to bring people home to the heart, where we now work together, we develop together, and then we grow together as a family. So we, like I explained before, mostly into the creative arts. We have done theater shows for, young people shows. We did a show called, I think the Stop campaign, Artists Against Gender-Based Violence.
Gender-based violence, yeah.
It started as a flash mob campaign, which at that moment we were funded by the Department of Arts and Culture. I think that was 3 years ago, when we started with the
So
flash mob
municipality is
campaign.
still doing stuff for people.
You know, you run into your luck and then you don't. I don't know, like the government, there's something also that I don't think we need to seek for help, but relying on it, it can be tricky because the sustainability of it.
And quite frankly, this is why we have you here in the podcast today, because you have paved that path of getting to show us all that, look, you don't have to wait for funding. You don't have to look up to certain somebody to come through for you and open the door to say, look, take this direction. You actually took the bold step of saying, look, as much as I have all these bodies, all these organizations around me, as much as the Arts and Culture Department in the municipalities is around, I'm still taking this initiative. I'm still going to do this, and I'm going to go big. And in turn, I'm turning back to my people back at home, and I'm going to help 1, 2, and 3. And you touched my heart when you said you have gone to even schools of the disability, and you managed to still find talent even in people that we think are helpless. And that's something very adorable. And look, I'm all for that. And I pray and hope you continue doing more, you continue growing more. And for all of you guys, our viewers on the podcast, watch out for all her socials. You can check them right in the comment section below, and she will give us all her information. Subscribe, follow her, find out what it is that she's doing that you can also take part in to grow our communities and to grow bigger in Rustenburg.
Awesome.
Yvonne,
okay.
thanks for having us. Thanks. We say thanks for having us because we have the privilege to be in your presence, somebody who's doing something big like this. And we look up to people like you, and please continue doing more. Shout out to you.
Great. So I just want to say this to the people. Hey people, this is me, your girl. You're very humble, fun girl. I just want you to guys, go to your socials, YouTube, everywhere. Follow Salamandomi Foundation, Big Brothers Hug a Foundation. Follow Onyeka Messi, follow Eddie Obo, follow Royceville International, one of my good sponsors of my last trip, by the way. Follow Prime Lens Studios. This is the ones that I just quickly can remember for now. Also, my name is Caroline Nzomi Yvonne. Just look it up. Thank you.